All right. But let's talk about the last layer in Tableau's metadata model, and that's the VizQL model layer. So this is how to think about VizQL layer. And remember, this is the programming language of Tableau. This is what you're learning about. If you had me in ACG 4401, that's what we spent most of the time when we were talking about data analytics and Tableau over the 3, 4, or 5 weeks or a couple weeks, depending on when you had me, learning. It was this particular layer. And you could see that VizQL is really all about the specification for the visualization that we, the analysts, want. And we're able to break out the layout of that visualization, what's going to go in columns, what's going to go in rows, what's going to go on different pages. We never use that particular shelf, but those are shelves, right? The column shelf, the row shelf, the specification of what should be viewed via filters and sorting, and then the various specifications for panes. And hopefully you remember what panes are. What's the color and the shape and the level of detail? What's the mark type? Is it a bar? Is it a line? Etc. And all the various other things that we're able to manipulate in a visualization. And on the right, in the upper right, where you see column, row, color, and filters, you could see if we were to actually write this out as a programming language, it might be something like this. In the column, we want to see the month from a date field. In the rows, we want to see the sum of sales, and we want to color the result of this by product, and we want to filter out desks and chairs. So we're excluding desks and chairs, and then that programming logic is what we see in the bottom right hand corner, a typical visualization. But that's what the VizQL layer is doing. It's taking what you're dragging onto a row shelf and a column shelf and a color card and a filter card, and it's converting all that into the visualization that we see in the bottom right hand corner. And that's what's happening at this layer of the Tableau metadata model. And so you could see that VizQL is the interface, right? The user interface that interacts with us and interacts with what we place on the various shelves and mark cards within Tableau. And then VizQL is used to create the queries that are sent to the underlying the underlying source data, the spreadsheets or the databases, or whatever that underlying data might be. It also provides the layout, the visualization of the layout, right? What do we want to see? Line charts and bar charts and pie charts and heat maps and tree maps, so on and so forth, and allows for the show me, which we haven't used very much, and we're probably not going to use very much this semester as well. But if you click on a bunch of different fields in what's available to you, and then click on the show me, and then click on a particular visualization, all of that is converted into the VizQL to return the visualization that you've asked for. So that's a lot of information on the metadata related to Tableau, the connection layer, the data model layer, and the VizQL model layer. There's a lot more detail that you can get into related to all of this, and so I've included this slide with links to the sources that I used if you want to read more about any of this information.